No, smoke. Someone's out there.
Went to Zurich, please.
Leaves in 10 minutes.
Keep moving. Breathe. You don't get to stop. As the train rolled into Berlin Central Station, I reached into the side pocket of my backpack and felt something soft. The scarf my grandmother gave me. I just needed to leave. Berlin felt too loud, too close. The night train was the only thing that made sense. Now the
Berlin, Germany.
Late September. Rachel turned slowly to the left, trying to escape the oppressive heat pressing against her skin. Her hand brushed something cold, the metal bed frame. And as she lifted her head to look, a stabbing pain shot through the back of her neck. She winced, the pain cascading down her spine like shards of glass. The smoke detector's shrill scream pierced through her confusion, each blast sending waves of panic through her chest. Her heart hammered against her ribs. What? She turned to look at her hand and froze. Gray smoke snaked under the bedroom door in sinuous ribbons thickening by the second. What the hell? God damn it, she whispered, her voice hoarse. She tried to push herself up, but her arms trembled. How long had she been unconscious? The acrid smell of burning plastic filled her nostrils, making her gag. Fear flooded her veins, cold and sharp. The smoke detector continued its relentless wail as she stumbled toward the hallway. Thick smoke obscured everything, turning her familiar apartment into a gray nightmare. Her eyes watered and burned. She crept toward the living room, one hand trailing along the wall for balance through the haze. She could make out the shapes of furniture, the couch, the coffee table. No flames here, at least not yet, but smoke poured through every crack in the hallway door, and the temperature was rising.
Rachel's training kicked in. Stay low, find an exit, don't panic. She opened the hallway door cautiously. Dark smoke billowed toward her, but through it she could just make out the building's front entrance. She took one step forward, then another. The smoke thickened with each step, wrapping around her throat like fingers.
Too dangerous. She needed another way out.
She ducked back into the bedroom, her mind racing. Her eyes landed on a leather jacket hanging on the back of the door. The one Elise had given her last month, soft Italian leather the color of midnight. For a moment she saw Elise's smile as she presented it, heard her laugh.
Focus. The jacket could save her life.
Rachel grabbed it and ran to the bathroom, throwing it into the sink. She cranked both taps to full force, cold water gushing over the leather.
As water soaked into the leather, Rachel heard something that made her blood run cold. Footsteps in the hallway, heavy, deliberate, moving toward her door.
She turned off the taps and held her breath, listening. The footsteps paused outside her apartment. Someone was out there, someone who wasn't running from the fire. This wasn't an accident.
Her hand shook as she pulled the soaking jacket from the sink. The cold leather shocked her overheated skin as she shrugged it on, but the wetness might protect her from the heat.
Might buy her a few extra seconds.
She scanned the bedroom with new urgency. Her backpack sat on the chair. She grabbed it.
Her phone was still plugged into the charger. She yanked it free. The cord snapping train pass on the nightstand. She shoved it into her pocket.
The front door was out of the question. Whoever set this fire was waiting for her there.
The window, it was her only chance.
Rachel crossed to the window and shoved it open wider. Cold night air rushed in, a blast of relief against her burning lungs. She looked down at the narrow ledge, barely 6 inches wide, running along the building's exterior, 3 stories up in the darkness. She could barely see the ground. She'd done harder things, she had to believe that.
Rachel swung one leg over the sill, then the other, her fingers gripping the window frame. Don't look down, the ledge was slick with condensation. She pressed her body against the rough brick, inching sideways, her breath coming in short gasps. Each step felt like an eternity.
When she reached the drain pipe, she wrapped her arms around it and slid down, the metal scraping her palm. She dropped the last 6 feet, landing hard on the pavement. Pain shot through her ankles, but she was alive.
She was alive.
Rachel ran from the building, her wet jacket slapping against her sides. Behind her, flames licked at the windows and smoke billowed into the night sky. She didn't stop running until her lungs burned and her legs threatened to give out.
When she finally slowed, gasping for air, she had no idea where she was. The street signs were unfamiliar. Everything looked foreign in the orange glow of the streetlights. A chill ran through her body that had nothing to do with her wet clothes. Someone had tried to kill her. The footsteps in the hallway, the deliberate way the fire had been set. This wasn't random.
In the distance, she heard the rumble of a train. Hope flickered in her chest. The station she could get away, disappear into the city.